Let's welcome our host, Erica Wilson.
Great day, everyone. We're here live today with your girl, Erica Wilson, at It Had to Happen for our Wisdom Wednesdays. We had to change that thing up, man, because on these Wednesdays, on every Wednesday, we're going to be dropping a whole lot of wisdom on you all. And tonight, I have a two-timer, and I am so very excited to have one of my daughters from another here with me on tonight. And man, do she have a testimony out of this world. And tonight's topic is the importance of moving in silence. Because we all know sometimes we can't tell our vision to everybody, or maybe just anybody. You have to definitely move in silence. And when I heard her story, it literally blew my mind. However, I am so happy and proud of this young lady here. So let me introduce to some and present to others the beautiful, listen, she's a realtor and a software engineer, Miss Tereia Royal. Welcome.
Hi.
Oh my God, I tell you, I was sitting back thinking about the time when you were on here before. And that topic was delayed but not denied.
Yes.
And my goodness, like now is the importance of moving in silence. So we all know sometimes that we may have a delay, but God is definitely probably blocking us from something or just holding until we get ourselves in order, right?
Yes.
You just never know. But tell us a little bit about who is Tereia Royal, because, we may have some new viewers on here and they may not know who Tereia Royal is. So if you could go ahead.
Yes. It's so amazing. I feel like I was just on here, and that was almost 2 years ago when I did the last interview with you. It literally feels like it was just the other day. But for those that do not know me and were not on the last video, my name is Tereia Royal. I am born and raised in Miami, Florida. I'm a single mother of two, full-time realtor, and most recently a software engineer. So I am so excited to talk about that tonight. And most importantly, talking about moving in silence, which was something that I had to learn to do, but amazing journey. I can't wait to discuss it with you all.
Oh, let me tell you, a woman that wears many hats. Because I know sometimes too, Tereia, that not only jumping into your new field of work, that you're in now. However, but being a realtor definitely could be a little demanding. Not just being a realtor, but being a mom,
Yeah.
mom of two, a single mom at that, And
Yeah.
here it is, you not only wear that hat, you done took on a whole new role, baby.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my God, it is so amazing. So you said it was 2 years ago,
2
really?
years ago. Yes, it's been 2 years, going on 3 actually. So it feels like it was just yesterday we did that interview.
It
And
really did.
telling my testimony about that interview of becoming a realtor, and it's going on 3 years now.
Whoa. So
Yeah.
guys who don't know, she was on the show before. The topic was delayed but not deny it. And little does she know, I have a little piece of her clip that I'm going to show later on in the broadcast. Previous broadcast when she was on here before. So great day, everyone, for tuning in here with us at It Had to Happen for our Wisdom Wednesdays. Look at our superstar. She is in the building. Let me tell you, I love her so very much. That's Miss Shannon Jaguar Diva. That is our IH2H superstar right there, Tereia. So go ahead and shout her out really quick.
Thank you for joining in, Ms. Jackson. I appreciate you watching.
Oh my gosh, she is so amazing, I told you. But tell me a little bit about how did this come about? What made you feel as though like you had to move in silence, with the next thing that you had coming?
Yeah, so I'll tell you, I was actually scared to get into it. However, being a single mother of two and the cost of living constantly rising, I feel like you have to have 2, 3, or more incomes to survive. So I started off by just watching some videos, educating myself, and actually an old classmate of mine. I want to shout him out. His name is Brian Jean. We talked about this for months going on, and I was like, Brian, I don't know. Because you just never know, especially with a lot of Instagram gurus. They promise you the moon and the sun and the skies, and you pay all this money out. But that wasn't the situation at all. I did take a course to, introduce myself to tech, with a wonderful young lady named Jennifer Gaddis. Her experience or journey was very similar to mine. She started off following someone else and took off within a year, by just, self-educating herself. And that's what I did. Blood, sweat, and tears, being a mom, doing real estate. Real estate never ends. To this day, still, my phone rings at midnight. I was on the phone last night, midnight, trying to close a deal. But I'm going to do anything and everything necessary that needs to be done to make sure that my kids are taken care of. They're my number one priority.
Amen to that.
Yes.
But whoa, did you say to what time?
Midnight. I was on the phone midnight last night trying to get a deal closed, a very important deal for our brokerage closed midnight. So real estate never ends. There is no on and off button unless you physically turn your phone off. It never ends.
What the what? Listen, so when do you turn off? Do you ever turn off? Like I
I,
mean,
I have some days when, I'm just tired and I need a break. I feel like Sonic. I'm just constantly going, going, going. So, I don't physically turn it off. I may put it on like do not disturb or sleep mode, but I check it every now and then. And I still wind up responding to my clients because they're important to me. You have clients that are in some serious situations. I have one right now where, her son is just being attacked. The devil is attacking him.
gee,
Her car was set on fire by some boys that's just going through issues with her son, and she's needing to move as soon as possible for her and her family's safety. So it's very important, for me to get my clients in a position where they're comfortable. And that's how I've got most of my clients throughout my real estate journey. It's been word of mouth from my previous transactions. So it's very important to me to be able to help my clients. And if it takes me being up midnight, some nights I do it. But, I may have to turn it on, do not disturb or sleep mode to just take a step back a minute. But it's all worth it.
my goodness. To hear, especially in times like this, to hear someone going through so much, right? And this is why it's so important. And not that we can say what our kids would do and what they won't do when they're not in our presence. We can't
Mhm.
say that, right?
Right.
But I just wish sometimes that they take a step back and say, whatever it is that I'm doing out there, it can affect the rest of the family.
Yeah.
Not to say that that may be her case. I'm
Right.
just saying in other instances, look in, the young lady who just killed those 6 people in
Yes.
Tennessee. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, here it is. I mean, I'm sure her parents would have never dreamt in a million years that she would have did something like that, right? But
Right.
here it happened, you know. But
Mhm.
just to hear that you really care about your clients, that says a whole lot right there. You want to make sure that you get her in a better situation. You know what
Yes.
I'm saying? Because anything, these people, if they set her car, you don't know what the next move may be.
Right.
You
Right. And
just don't know.
that's her fear. So I work around the clock to get her into something. And luckily, we found something. We're just literally waiting on her to get the keys. So I'm so excited for her and so happy that I was able to help her. It's like I feel like it's a part of my journey being here, and I know I'm going to continue to receive my blessing by being a blessing to her. So it's rewarding and it's tiring, but it's worth it when I know I can help somebody.
We were just talking about that on the prayer broadcast yesterday about basically being a light for someone because
Mhm.
you don't know, even in this little act of kindness, and that's not even a little act. I'm not going to downplay it. Even that act of kindness that you're doing for her, I'm sure now her faith is really going to grow. You understand? Because here it is, you have someone that's letting their light shine so she can see there's still some great people in the world, right?
Mm. Yes.
I mean, give me her name. Don't on not on here. Text it to me so I can lift her up in prayer. We're gonna get that thing to go on. We're gonna petition
Okay.
move mightily because again, that's scary. I have
Yes.
two sons, so you know what I'm saying. Like I wouldn't ever want that to happen.
Right.
Or be
Right.
in that situation because you can't really rest when
Mm-mm.
you know of things like that. So I really just salute to you, daughter, for doing that and going above and beyond to help someone. That
Yes.
absolutely says a lot. Okay.
Yes.
Ooh, so guys, if you don't know, this is Miss Tereia Royal. She is a realtor as well as a software engineer. Oh my God. She don't even have a college degree for it, y'all. But look at God.
Yes.
Thank God. You know what I'm saying? So before we go ahead and jump into the importance of moving in silence, I put moving on silence. Y'all tried it to my head and not my heart. Oh God, I tell you. But Taria, just to know that, okay, I have to be a mom
Yes.
first, right?
Yes.
And then I have to go out and provide for my children. So
Mhm.
I know whatever it is that I'm doing, I have to display it, on my job. You get
Yes.
what I'm saying? Because you're a mother first. This
Mhm.
mother needs you, and you're going above and beyond. But what I want you to do is get you some, I don't care if it's 10 minutes, if it's 15 minutes, get you a mental break. I'm so, so serious. They just had something on the news here about burnouts. People are burnt
Mhm.
out at work.
Yes.
Have you ever had that to happen to you?
Yes. Recently, I did. I can say October through January, honestly, I had a burnout. You're friends with me on Instagram. If you see, I haven't posted anything since November or October-ish, but I'm still working behind the scenes. It does get very tiring. It gets tiring, it gets demanding. And like I said, I'm one of those realtors that go over and beyond. So I'm always on the road. I'm driving to Jacksonville, I'm driving to Port St. Lucie, I'm driving to Fort Myers. If I gotta drive out of state or fly out of state, I would do it. But there is times where you need that mental break because you will not necessarily snap, but it's just that feeling of overload that takes over you. And it's like you got to take a moment. Mental health is really important and it is real. People go through depression, anxiety, and all sorts of stuff. And I have two little ones that depend on me. So when I'm in that mode or get in that mode, it causes me to, put my kids on the back burner. And that's something I don't ever want to do. So I'm definitely taking your word of it. I did take a break and take a step back, but I'm still working behind the scenes and it's working out for me. So breaks are definitely necessary.
Absolutely. I just had someone on here a couple of nights ago talking about mental health, and
Mhm.
it is definitely necessary. You definitely have to, because you have to take care of you. If you
Yes.
don't take care of you, you can't be any good to anybody else. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So that is definitely something that you have to do. And then you got to come home and be that mom.
Yeah.
You see? So here it is. You can't, oh, Jesus, I love how he do this. But
Mhm.
anywho, it's just that if you're having a bad day at work, you have to know how to release it before you get home.
Yes.
Because you don't want to lash out on the kids. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And the kids they totally innocent.
Yes.
Just like if you have a client coming to you, Taria, and
Mhm.
maybe the kids done ran you crazy all day. You know what I'm saying? And you have
Yeah.
this client coming to you looking for a home, and you snapping at, you don't even nope, let me rephrase that. Thank you, Holy Ghost. Yesterday, you don't even have to say anything, but
Yes.
your face says it.
Right. Not your face, not only your face, your body. Let me tell you how God has sit you down. And I don't know if I had this conversation with you, but in January, I started having, I still don't know to this day if it was indeed health issues, but for between January all the way to like mid-February, I was having this numbness in my body. The complete left side of my body went numb. I have still on my kitchen table my hospital papers where I visit the emergency room 7 times because I did not know what was going on with me. And doing research, when you have that, the numbness is a sign of stroke or heart attack. I went through the MRIs, the CAT scans, the blood work, nothing. Nothing came up, but I was continuing to have this numbness in my body. So I had to completely stop. I said, you know what? God is trying to talk to me, and He's telling me that I need to sit still. With a lot of prayer and sleepless nights and being in with the numbness, it came pain also. It took me to I had a video call at 2 o'clock in the morning with a doctor from Russia. And God bless that doctor that helped me. I won't say their name. I honestly can't pronounce it. I'm sorry. But that doctor helped me by just asking a series, hundreds of questions, having me do mobility tests through video camera. And he suggested some natural herbs and supplements for me to order. And it actually helped. I won't say cure. I haven't had the feeling since then. But what he did subscribe and ask me to purchase is what helped me. So it was a scary moment for me because I'm only 33 years old. So to be having stroke or heart attack or anything like that, again, my kids depend on me. And that was just a moment of fear. Like, I have to slow down. I have to stop. I cannot allow my work to cause me to leave my children behind. So trust me, I'm learning to sit still when I need to.
Oh,
Yes.
though, and the saddest part about it is it has no age.
Mm-mm.
It has no age at all. But no, you did not tell me that.
No, I didn't.
Did not have that conversation with me. That was one that you missed.
Mm-hmm.
However, I'm glad that you're feeling better, much better now.
Yes,
Um,
much.
yeah, because you just don't know. You
Mm-hmm.
could be thinking that, okay, I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay. And then boom, just like that. You know what I'm saying? It comes out of nowhere. But to God be the glory that you're
Yeah,
covered. You
yeah.
understand you're covered. And then to have this doctor to call you and do the natural thing is what's
Mhm.
even better to me,
Yes.
because when you take medications, it causes something else to go wrong.
Mhm.
Something else to go wrong. But
Yes.
whew,
So
that
many side
I
effects.
know that can be scary.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna tell you something too. That couldn't have even been anxiety.
Yeah.
It could very well have been anxiety. And when you're experiencing these things, but we're going to rebuke that in the name of Jesus. Anyway, I don't even want to talk about it, but it could have been, but you're
Yeah.
better now. So
Mhm.
we came up with this topic with the importance of moving in silence. What would you say to someone if they're getting ready to embark on a new territory? How would you tell them, or what words would you use to encourage them about taking the next step on the new journey that they're about to embark on?
The most important thing, one, is patience. This journey and the journey also with getting into real estate taught me the true meaning of patience. Patience in allowing God to lead, and also moving in silence, the topic of this show tonight. It is very hard because I am one that get excited to tell my journey, and it's not to boast or show off. It's just to be able to be a living testimony for those that think they may not be able to do it. But it's true patience and allowing God to lead, and then praying and asking God, is this His plan for you in life? You'll notice the answers come to you in many different ways. You just have to pay attention and look and listen for God's direction. But definitely patience and, praying your way through the journey that you're wanting to do, because our plan is not always God's plan. And sometimes God allow us to go through our plan to show us that that's not His plan for us. But definitely patience and praying your way through the journey will be my words of wisdom to whoever is wanting to embark on a new journey in life.
And those are great words. Those are great words. And it's so funny that what you just said, sometimes our journey may not be God's journey. And the
Mhm.
last time you were on here, the topic was delayed but not denied. Because what happens if God didn't? What if He just, didn't delay you and just let you go ahead and go into that thing?
Mhm.
It's not that He denied you, but He just delayed the thing, because guess what? If He would have gave it to you prematurely, you could have lost it. You could have
Yeah.
aborted pregnancy, not being physically pregnant. You know what I'm saying? But just abort the pregnancy. Sometimes we want what we want when we want it, but God says, not the time.
All right now.
Let me show y'all my girl when she was on here last time. It was such an amazing time. She said 2 years ago. I'm just like blown away when you told me it was 2 years ago.
Yes.
Oh my God. So let me take you back. And this was when she was the first timer on here, and it was delayed but not denied. So here's a clip from the beautiful Miss Tereia.
I need to sit down and listen because I'm not listening. I'm trying to make my own plans and do my own route, and it's not up to me. So I dropped everything and I took a break to get my mental together and pray and listen for God's direction. So honestly, what got me back into it is I was passing here on Sterling as the Mr. One and Only King Grant was cutting the ribbon for grand opening. And something came over me, was like, you got to get back into this. You cannot give up. And a couple of days after that, he actually texted me and was like, don't give up, take the test. So I started back studying September of 2020. I took the test in person at one of the sites with everything with COVID. My emotions was all over it. I couldn't focus. So I felt that one. And then I took it again online and I failed that one. And January 2nd, I was like, listen, it's a new year.
Wow. Let me tell you, that is so awesome. That was Tereia here. She said 2 years ago when she was here, and her topic was delayed but not denied. And what she's talking about, she actually was going to take a test to be a realtor. And here it is. She says she failed twice, but she had got a phone call from someone, Mr. Grant himself. So shout outs to Grant and Associates. They're an awesome firm down in the Miami area. I think they're serving North and South Florida. They're doing a phenomenal job. I'm not sure what happened to my guest. I think we lost her, but that's okay. But yeah, she was taking her test and she failed twice. But on that third try, let me tell you, she passed the test. And the thing is, she said the day that she was passing by, Mr. Grant was actually cutting the ribbon for the grand opening. Listen, she was delayed, but she wasn't denied. She was in the right place at the right time. So had God let her, had she passed the test before, she probably wouldn't have been on the journey that she's on now. But here it is, Miss Tereia Royal is doing her thing as a realtor, not just a realtor. She is also a software engineer. And this is what she was talking about, moving in silence. And I'm waiting for her to get back on. I think she's having a difficulty. Come back in, Tereia, if you can.
I'm here.
I can't see you.
I can see myself. You can't see me. I see the split screen.
If you can go out.
Okay. I'll do it.
Yeah, so while we're waiting for her to come back in, she's a phenomenal young lady. She's born and raised in Miami. I had the honor of meeting her when she was, I guess, middle school, I believe it was. She went to school with my kids, and she's an awesome young lady. Single mom, realtor, as well as a software engineer. She's really doing her thing out here, people. And she said to you to make sure that you pray and ask God which way, ask him for guidance and what he will have you to do. You could tell him what you want, but just ask him, Lord, what would you have me to do? So Tereia, as you heard me talking, and I was telling them about, here it is. If you would have passed that test back then, you probably wouldn't be where you are today, passing Grants and Associates, and God placed you at the right place at the right time. So it was on time for God. But for you, it was like, oh my God, I really just felt this again. I mean, I felt it the first time, I felt it the second time, but 3 times is a charm.
Yes. Remember the second time I told you I took a year break. If it wasn't for Grant calling me, I wouldn't have never went that third time. So it was at the right time. It was the time that God wanted me to go back and do it. Delayed and denied, delayed but not denied at that time. Definitely.
I'm telling you. So shout out to Grant Associates. Mr. Grant, thank you for calling her. And see, that's what I'm talking about. When you have somebody that believes in you and gives you that little push. You see what I'm saying? That goes a long way, because had not he was obedient and calling you, you could have That's nobody but God. But
Yeah.
let me tell you something, Tereia. You're right where you're at, where you're supposed to be.
Yes.
Because God knows if He would have gave it to you back then, we just don't know where it would be,
Mhm.
where you would be. So let me ask you this. What is the one thing that you are very excited about right now?
I'm continuing to learn. I'm actually getting ready. So I am a software engineer right now, as I said before, self-taught. And I'm also getting ready to continue. I started but did not complete. I completed just the basic course, but I'm getting ready to start learning how to code. So that'll be another certification that I'll have under my belt. I'm just trying to, live comfortably and, make sure my kids have everything that they need. My mom is getting older. I know she wants to kick her feet up. So I'm just doing what I can while God blesses me every day to be here.
I tell you, we can't take things for granted nowadays. We have to live in the moment. It's so
Yeah.
funny, right? I was just getting my nails done, and my nail tech, he was saying to me, he was like, why is it that people worry so much about the future?
Mm-hmm.
And I looked at him and I said, you know what? I really don't know. You probably should be asking me. But he was like, why do we not live in the moment?
Mm-hmm.
He said, because when you don't live in the moment, it basically rob you of your future.
Yes.
Because you'll be like, okay, I could do this tomorrow. See, you took off look at you, God. You took off a whole year
Yes.
before you went back to take that test. You see
Yes.
what I'm saying? So it's like when he asked the question, I was just like, you know what? That is so true. He
Mm-hmm.
said everything now. And what blew my mind, Tereia, this is what literally blew my mind, what he said, because he know his stuff. He's a realtor too, matter of fact. He's a realtor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And he was telling me, he said, family and religion, well, Christianity, well, no, he said religion. Let me keep it real. Family and religion, he said, has dropped
Mm-hmm.
30%. People is not wanting religion anymore. They're not wanting families anymore. They
Mm-hmm.
want money. So
Yes.
everything is about the dollar, right?
Right.
But here it is, if you can have all the money in the world, but if you don't have anybody to share it with, what good is
Mm-hmm.
that?
Right.
What good is that? And I can kind of get, sometimes, the church folks can be really, no, the religious folks. Religion could be a whole nother ball game.
Mm-hmm.
But to each his own. I know that I'm sold out. I love them, and I'm going to say the things that I get. But when he
Yes.
asked that question, and all of his side of it, his dad's side is pastors, ministers,
Mm-hmm.
But just to know he opposed that question, I'm looking like, whoa, that is so true. I mean, I don't know why people think about the future. Sometimes you have to kind of set yourself up for the next phase of life, or set your children up, like you said.
Yes.
Huh. That's the hardest part right there, because here it is. We want to make sure our kids stay on the right track.
Yes.
So do you think, and I'm asking this question because I saw it on Tamara Hall, and no, not Tamara Hall, I lied. It was another talk show I was watching, and they posed the question. They said, do you think that you should pay kids for doing their chores?
um it does work. I've tried it a time or two. I don't think you should have to, but I do notice that it gets them to work in and it gets them to do things without you having to ask them to do, because these kids are different from us. Our kids and you growing up with your two kids, we just used to love being outside playing, and we knew to be in the house when the street lights come on. These kids, they have plans. They want to go to the mall. They want to go to the fair. Everything they want to do involves money. They're not outside babies like us. So it's a different generation and just a different way that you got to get them to, keep the house tidy and clean. I've done it with my kids, and it does work. It works.
It's almost like a catch-22.
Yes.
Because I understood both, parties when they were talking about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're paying your kids, I'm not knocking anyone that do, but if you're paying your kids to do chores, are you teaching them later on in life that you have to, in order for you to clean up after yourself, basically.
Yes.
You have to get paid for it, or
That's a great question.
yeah. And then you said too, like it gets them to do more. But the
Yes.
thing is, they should want to clean up after themselves. Where
Yes.
you lay your head, you should want it to be clean. However, we all know incentives work.
Yes. It
When
does.
you do good on your job, what happened? You
You get
get
a
a raise.
raise. You get a raise. Yes. You get a bonus. You get offered a
Yeah.
promotion. Yes.
Yeah, so it's all like I said, it's almost like a catch-22. So bottom line, you have to do what's best for you and
Yeah.
your family. That's just it. If it works for you, it works for you. But it's what are you having when you're doing what conversations are you having with the kids when
Yeah.
you're doing this? You're letting them know this is why I'm doing this, but don't expect this, what conversations are you having with them?
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm asking what conversations are you having with them when you award them?
Well, my kids know, and another part of it is setting an example. So I make sure, and it's just
Mm.
little small things, when you get up out of bed, make your bed up. When the kids see you do certain things, they follow suit, and sometimes they'll have to forget. So you have to remind them. But me having a girl, I always talk to her the importance of being clean and picking up after herself. That's just it's very important.
Yeah.
So it's just the talks of, I make sure that they see when they come on my side of the house, it's always tidy, and that's how they should be. Now they're kids, so of course my 7-year-old, he has dinosaurs and toys everywhere. I get it, but
Right.
he has to know. My son loves Five Below, and he thinks every weekend we're supposed to have a Five Below field trip. So he knows if he wants to go to Five Below, then we need to make sure the dinosaurs and the cars and everything is picked up. So my pep talk is, okay, so today is midweek, it's Wednesday. So Saturday, you guys might want to go somewhere. You have 2 days to tidy it up. So let's get it together. Or we can spend the weekend in the house Netflix and chilling. It don't matter to me. I need the break anyway. So I tell them it's your choice. We Netflix and chill this weekend, or we go on a Five Below field trip. You let me know what you want to do.
That's good. That's because the thing is, no, think about it though.
Mm-hmm.
If your child do well in school, they bring you home. I don't know what they call them now, but we call them report cards.
Yeah, they still call them report cards.
Okay. So when you bring your report card home and you have done a great job,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you get awarded for it. Go
Yes.
back to even the tooth fairy.
Yes.
Lose a tooth, what happened?
The tooth fairy bring you
My
money.
kids are not listening, but
Yes. And my baby boy, he still believes in the tooth fairy. I still carry that on. He's so just the excitement and the joy in his face. And he'll come home and say, Mommy, my friend said the tooth fairy isn't real. Don't listen to your friend. There, you see the money under the pillow? That's from the tooth fairy. The tooth fairy is real. And it's a lot different now. My daughter, she's in middle school. She's a sixth grader. The homework that she comes home with,
middle school.
yes, she's in sixth grade. Yes. The stuff that she comes home with, we didn't do this stuff until high school. It's really hard for these kids now. The curriculum is not easy. So I do get what Tamara was saying, but in this day and age with the kids, you got to kind of spice it up, and you got to reward them in these day and age for them and the work that they have to do and what they're expected to learn. I guess just a pat on the back and a good job is not good enough. You really need to reward them because they're experiencing mental health as well at this age. So, the schoolwork is completely different from them. So my daughter, I do award her for doing a good job because the stuff she come home, I don't even remember doing it in middle school. And I have to sit in woosah and try to remember how to help her do it. Some baby, our mommy don't remember how to do that. I'm sorry. You got the A squared DXTYZ, and we don't even use that stuff. But we don't even use that.
Let me to clarify, Tamara did not say that. It was a talk show. They just posed a question, and they had people. What is happening with your camera, Tereia?
I got you.
Okay,
I don't know what's going on with
Tamara did not say there was some other people that were talking about it, but it's just a question that they basically threw out there. And again, like I said, whatever works for you and your family, that's it. But the thing is, even the young man who did my nails, he was telling me too. He was like, "Well, how did you stay strong and raising kids.
Mm-hmm.
These new kids, let me tell you, it ain't
Yes.
nothing.
They're a different breed.
And so,
They're a different breed.
yeah, and he was just asking, like, he said him and his wife, I guess they're getting ready to, start their family. And he
Mm-hmm.
said they talk about it all the time. Like, what will we tell our children? How will we teach our children? Will we give them everything or
Right.
let them work for it?
Mm-hmm.
And then here it is. I come home and then this is on the TV. So I'm like, okay. But it's definitely something that is a catch-22 because you darn if you do, you darn if you don't. But
Right.
your household is your household. So whatever works for you, that's what works for you. But
Right.
sometimes, like, when you give a kid so much, they become spoiled.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 50 years old and I'm still
Oh,
and I'm
yes.
telling you, it actually can be it actually can work in your favor or it could be a hindrance.
Yep.
'Cause I'm telling you, at times, like if I don't get my way, I'll pout. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
50. So you think about a child.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So and I hope my mom is listening because that's her, she did it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing though. But whatever works for you and your parenting skills, that's what works for you. Because
Yeah.
I even watched the show too. I didn't even know that it had so many different parenting skills.
Mm-hmm.
Like that literally blew my mind.
Yes.
I have a 2-year-old grandson, and when he go and play with his toys, he even sing the song "Clean Up, Clean Up."
Everybody.
That's
Yeah.
all I knew. I didn't know nothing else outside of that. But tell me this. Tell me what is the most important thing to you in this moment?
Oh, I the most important thing, like you said, and speaking of what he said, it kind of raised a light bulb for me living in the moment. I do think we get so caught up in preparing for the future, and I think it's just important for our kids because the generations before us didn't have, the tools and the resources and the guidance that we have these days. Like my mom, and God bless her, I'm so grateful for her. She apologized to me so many times because it was so many things that she felt like she just didn't, have the guidance or was taught herself to be able to teach me. So, living in the day, but preparing for your children, we all have our time when we have to go, and you just want to make sure your kids are well off. So it's, teaching them and setting the example and just preparing for them should anything happen, they're able to keep on pushing without worrying about the strain of, bills left behind if they want to just go off to college and earn a degree or, self-teach yourself or earn a trade, just setting them up correctly. So living in the moment, but also making sure, your children, if you have any grandchildren or family, that they're set or prepared or that you've left some type of blueprint for them to follow along as they continue to grow and venture and experience life theirself.
Totally get that. It's great to leave a legacy.
Yes.
And you said something earlier. I'm gonna go back to that because you were saying it's not boasting or bragging. You have bragging rights.
Right.
It's not that you're being prideful.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that you're trying to throw anything in anyone's face.
Mm-hmm.
You just showing them what God has done for you.
Yes.
That's letting your light shine.
Yes.
And it depends who catches it.
Mm-hmm.
Say that, oh, she's just boasting. But that's not for you to worry about because where you have come from to where you are now, you have those rights. God gave you those rights. And that's something that He loves. He loves to be bragged on.
Yes.
So you're not, and I know like a couple of times, most of my times, I even thank God for even allowing me to be a mother. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Like it's nothing that I did, is everything that He did. But
Yeah.
you have the bragging rights. It's not that you, again, like I said, you're being prideful, throwing it in anyone's face. So if you want, go ahead and tell them what God has done for you. Let your light shine. You know what I'm saying? You're being an example. You just said you had to do it for the children, right?
Yes.
So that's something that we definitely have to do. But we know like now, social media,
Mm-hmm.
TV, even the internet, it
Yes.
can kind of be distracting, right? So
Yes.
I want to ask you, how does your faith influence what you watch on TV or look at on social media, internet, whatever it may be?
I'm glad you asked that. I've actually been practicing watching watching things that actually benefit me.
Mm.
Um, and I'm learning, or I'm seeing my kids do the same thing. Like my baby boy, he's very attached to me, and I've noticed he's been watching videos about God and Jesus, and he can tell you about God and Jesus. He'll tell you the stories. He'll tell you about heaven and everything. He's had dreams that have blown my mind. God has used my son, yes, in many ways, and my son has expressed things that he should have no clue of knowing about. So I set myself up to watch things that benefits me. You have to be careful about, certain things you watch, because everything is for you.
Right.
It gets in your spirit, and it's not for you. You have to be careful of the things you watch. So now I focus on watching things that help me better me, or help me understand others. Because there's people around us, our friends, our families, they're going through things, and they just don't know how to communicate, or let you know what they're going through, and you may take it the wrong way. So I'm focusing on surrounding my things that are positive and beneficial for me. And I do the same with my children.
That's good, because you want to be able to edify the body and not, hurt the body.
Yeah.
Because if you're, and I'm not saying that you don't have to get on the internet or you don't have to watch TV, because
Mhm.
even a mental health therapist, knowing that she's in that field, right? So she's dealing with a whole lot of emotions, right?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
she said that she didn't used to watch TV.
Mhm.
So here it is, she started watching TV, but she'll watch something like funny, because you have to kind of like bring yourself down.
Bring it down.
You
And
know,
the good thing is that you have control over what you watch.
there you
It's,
go.
the TV doesn't control you. Social media doesn't control you. You have complete control over what you want to watch. You're able to limit, block out whatever you want to limit or block out. So the control is in your hands, honestly.
That's it right there. You couldn't have said it any better. You
Yes.
really couldn't. Because at the end of the day, is what you indulge in, it definitely will
Mhm.
come out.
Yes, definitely.
It definitely will come out. I don't care how much you try to suppress it or whatever you may try and do, but
Mhm.
like you say, you definitely have the control. So,
Yeah.
and I love how you said it. Like I watch the TV don't watch me. They don't have
Right.
control over me.
Right.
Just like
I
if
I pay this cable bill. I'm
yeah,
going.
and then too, like
Yes.
people with, people say, yeah, you make money, but don't let the money make you.
Yes.
Same scenario. Because a
Mhm.
lot of times people think because of what they make, they're superior.
Mhm. Yes.
So you have to understand that the money that you're making, do not let it make you. Because
Mhm.
even the Bible tells us the root of evil. I mean, root of
Oh,
hold on. The money is the no,
fruit.
love of money is the root of all evil. Not that the love, you get it? The love
Mhm.
of money is the root of all evil.
Mhm.
Not money is the root of all evil. It's the
Mhm.
love. And in this season, Tereia, I read this, I can't remember what scripture it was, and forgive me, but it was saying how we all do it. And I'm not going to say that I don't. I'm going to just be very transparent. We all look around and see
Mhm.
what others have and kind of get a little discouraged at times,
Yeah.
right? But here it is. We have to understand that the Bible says that and not verbatim now, but it's saying that basically the ones that's looking like they're winning, basically, and walking in evil, and having that love, that's a sin. The love,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, he said it's being stored up for the righteous,
Yes.
so that it's getting ready to trickle down on
Yeah.
the righteous. So get in line,
Mhm.
get in line. Look at those young ladies who actually Black. I have to shout out Black China.
Yes. I'm so happy for her, and you can see the change in her. She's so beautiful. She's
She's
always been.
glowing.
Yes, I am so happy for her. I'm so happy
Oh
for her.
my gosh. Look, I think I still have it up. Let me put it up. Not
Yes.
just her. It wasn't just her. It's 5 of them. Watch this. It is B. Simone,
Alexis Sky. Yes.
Angela White, which is Black China, and
Yes.
Olivia Song. I'm not sure if I know who Olivia Song is, but just
Yeah.
to
I don't
know
know.
that
Yes.
here it is, these young women is giving their lives to Christ. But to hear Black China's story, she's removing some demonic tattoos. It's, she
Yeah, she did it on live. Yeah, she did it on live while she did her first session of the tattoo. And it looked like a demon. But she said she didn't know. She thought it was a different, meaning until she did her own research or whatever time it was that God came to her. And she's doing one thing at a time. She's removing implants, she's removing tattoos and, the fillings out of her face. And I'm extremely happy for her. I love that for her.
Me too. I mean, she is that's a
Yeah,
gorgeous
she's so
woman.
beautiful. She's always been beautiful.
Yes. I mean, and she looks refreshed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? She looks refreshed. And just to see her being dipped under that water, oh my God. And see, this is the thing. A lot of times we do things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying this is what she did, but we do things because others are doing them and
Right.
not even knowing what's the meaning behind them. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Because, oh God, you say it has demon on it?
Yes, it looked like a demon with wings. Yeah, it's a big tattoo. And you can go on it's on her social media. She recorded it of them, doing the tattoo removal. The first session, she still have many more sessions to go. But it was satisfying seeing them remove that demon. She looks refreshing.
I agree.
I am so happy
She
for
said
her.
she looks totally different.
Yeah,
She's
she does.
gorgeous. Like
so
she looks like
beautiful.
what if the world has been lifted off of her.
Yes,
You
yes.
know what I'm saying? And just to hear her even talk different. But here's the key part right here. She was an influencer, right?
Yes.
She had many, many followers, right?
Yes.
How many did Jesus have? 12.
12. Yes.
You understand? And out of the 12, 3 betrayed them.
Yes.
you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So let's not get caught up in numbers in this season.
Right.
You when you serve in God, it's almost as though, and it's not a bad thing. The attacks is necessary.
It
Is necessary because it's birthing something. But it's almost as though when you're starting this walk and you get closer and closer to God, you have so many, things to try and come. And they could be minute things or they could be big things. However, God wants to get the glory out of it. And I was just telling you that before, like you have bragging rights to brag on him.
Yes.
What he has brought you out of.
Yes.
But here it is, these young ladies, and I say whoever light that was shining around them, you even said how you're setting an example for your children. Somebody was praying for those women. Somebody was letting light shine around these women and had to give them a change of mind. Because let me tell you, when God get a hold of you,
yes,
you can try to run all you want to.
They're doing beautiful things. I'm so happy for them. I am extremely happy for those ladies. They deserve it.
They really do. Let me tell you something. And what I was saying is how you really see who really is there for you.
Yes. And she's still being attacked, but that's the thing. Yeah, it was a post on Instagram, and it was a male that says it doesn't matter about her changing, her reputation is still tarnished. But that's the thing. Our people don't practice forgiveness. We're not perfect. So and I'm pretty sure there's a sin that he committed, and what if God didn't forgive you, and you were not able to make money or take care of your kids? So we have to forgive her. She did put some things out. She's a big influencer on the platform, but she's also showing her change on the platform as well in front of millions of people.
The same platform.
Yes, the same platform.
Yeah, but the thing is, little do he know right there what he did, that was judging her. That's a sin.
Yes, that's a sin.
So as simple as that. But the thing is not just forgiveness, though, Tereia. We tend to forget what we do or did.
Right.
You understand? And it could be as little as, Tereia, you could do it and I could think it. It's the same sin.
It's the same thing. Yes.
It's the same sin. And I think people don't get as deep with it.
They don't know thinking certain things is a sin too. Just because you don't say it out your mouth, it's still a sin. If you think it's a sin.
Absolutely. Just yesterday on our show, we spoke about unholy speech. It don't have to come out your mouth. It could be body language, like we talked
Yes.
about earlier. It could be a facial expression. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But the thing is, just applaud her for what she's doing now.
Yes.
There's
I'm so
nothing that she can
good.
do about her past. But
Mm-mm.
and the thing that I love, it was a saying that says, "My past is where I used to live."
Right.
Basically, I have a new resident now.
Yes.
Because Tereia, I don't know how nobody else feel. I grow every day,
Yes.
every single day. So what you thought that you knew about me, you
Mhm.
understand? And then the thing about it is, just because she's putting it out there on the internet, don't mean that it's true.
Right.
You see, any whatever it is that he was speaking about, don't mean that it's true because guess what? Social media is for what? Entertainment.
Yes. Drama. Yes.
Bottom line. But let's move on from that. So tell me, what is the worst thing that can happen if you let go of things that no longer serve you?
The worst thing? Um, actually, I think it's a good thing to let go of things that no longer serve you. The worst thing to me would probably just being
Wait,
adjusting.
hold on. See, we could talk about the good things. See how
Yes,
you can switch that? No, 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 no,
yes,
no. I want to know what is the worst thing
worst
that
thing.
you think that can happen. Because see, we could talk about the good things all
Mhm.
day. You know what I'm saying? But what is the worst thing that you think can happen if you were to let go of the thing? It could be one thing, two things, whatever it may be, that no longer serve you.
It's mainly
Maybe
adjustment. It for me, it's adjustment because you're so used to things, and it could be many things. It can be relationships, it can be career changes. A lot of people don't like change, so it's that uncomfortableness of adjusting to the new form that you're not used to. That period of adjustment is very, very uncomfortable. But once you surpass that, you get to see the beauty of growth and you doing things that you never thought you would be able to do. So sitting through that uncomfortableness and that adjustment is the worst thing, but it's also a blessing as well.
that's good. But you know what? In that uncomfortable place is where God doing his best work.
Yes.
Because I'm telling you, nobody would never told me I would move here to the A.
Hmm.
Mm-mm. I used
We
to
talk
visit,
about that all the time.
I used to
Yes.
visit here, come visit my siblings, and I will
Time
never
to
move
go.
here.
Time
I
to
will
go.
never. That's why you can't be saying what you would never do.
Right. God will show you.
Yeah,
Yes.
and you see, I'm dealing with it now with my allergies, my eyes.
Yes.
But the thing about it is, when I first got here, I was like, did I make the right choice?
Was it an adjustment?
No. Yes, it's
Yes.
a big adjustment,
Yes.
But see, when we get comfortable,
Mm-hmm.
you understand? We don't want to see outside the box. But
Right.
there's so much more that God has for us.
Yes.
I'm single. My kids are grown. I
Mm-hmm.
can travel or go anywhere at any time when I want to. So
Yeah.
if I decide that I want to live in the A today and I want to go back to Florida tomorrow, I can do that. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But the thing about it is, I never say, God, why? I just thanked him for it.
Yes.
Even in the past when I was going through my its, I never asked him, why me, God? Like, what? Mm-mm. I just knew that I was coming out of it. I knew something greater was coming out of it,
Yeah.
And this is what I want people to understand. In that uncomfortable place, y'all, I'm not crying. This is my allergies.
Yeah. Allergies. Yes.
In that uncomfortable place, be still.
Mm-hmm.
Be still and learn to hear what he's trying to say because he's trying to get your attention. And that's when he's doing the best work. But you have to just block out everything and just
Mm-hmm.
let it be you and God.
Yes.
You and God. I promise you, there's brighter days. And as Leandra Johnson, my girl, say,
Mm-hmm.
better days are coming. And
Yeah.
some are here already. We
Mhm.
just have to set ourselves up in position to receive it.
Yes.
That's it. So there's another question I have for you. Oh, girl. So is there something that you should let go of? And let me see how I want to answer it. Is there something that you should let go of to be able to move forward in something else?
Yes. The past. I won't go deep into it, but the past. Dwelling on the past can, hold you back from what's really meant for you. And again, that's another adjustment and uncomfortable because you get used to certain things. Letting go of the past and letting God. So I'm just rolling. I'm rolling with God. I'm walking with God right now. I'm following his lead and his path. Every day I write in my journal. I have it right here behind me. I have my Bible and my journal that I write into, and I ask God every day just to continue to lead me and forgive me if I don't ask ahead of time for his permission to do things, but just show me, if something's for me, what's for me and what's not for me. And he always does that. So letting go of the past, letting go of things I can't control or I can't change. So we get so caught up in things and allow it to upset us. It can be anything. It can be how it was with the real estate with the test. I took it 2 times and I got upset and just said forget it. And I not realizing I let it go and I waited for God to give me the green light to go at it again. So letting go, really, for me, just letting go of things that I have no control of.
That's it. And the Bible speaks about that too. It has a great saying about that. And that's something, when you like to be in control, that's hard to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's very, very hard to do. But if it's something that you practice make perfect.
Yes, it does.
And then
That's
once
right.
you start seeing that it will actually work,
Mhm.
you'll start applying it more, right?
Yeah. And sometimes you get put in situations where you have no choice but to let it go. So
Right.
yeah,
Right.
you have no
The
choice.
thing is now, when he's telling you to take your hand off of it,
Mm-hmm.
and some don't like to take their hand off of it. Some like to keep their hand in it and see until it get burnt, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they look at God like, why did you allow this to happen? No, 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 no.
Yeah.
You allowed it to happen because I tried to warn you, and you spoke earlier about he talks to us in all different shapes and forms. It's not
Yes.
that he physically come. He
Mm-hmm.
used people, he used drink. You say
Mm-hmm.
your son is a dreamer. I'm a
Yeah.
dreamer. The thing is, you'll get your answers. Trust
Yeah.
and believe. But the
Mm-hmm.
thing is, when things happen, when those it's happen, some of them could have been avoided.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, we have to take the blinders off as well. I say take the mask off.
Mm-hmm.
You want something, if God says let it go, you're like, but God, like, and I done had these battles,
It's that picture. You remember that picture of Jesus with the teddy bear behind his back and the little girl?
why does
Um, she's holding on to this little scrubby teddy bear. We and babies, we have a teddy bear favorite blanket and we just
right.
don't want to let it go. But God has this big, huge, brand new, beautiful teddy bear behind his back, and she does not want to let that scrubby little teddy bear go.
Listen, that's good right there for somebody.
Yes,
That's good right there.
let it go.
There you go.
Hmm.
That's in that comfortable place.
Yes.
You get comfortable with things.
Hmm.
Well, I'm used to this. Like, let me just,
Yeah.
no, don't settle because
Don't settle.
it's
Hmm.
so big.
Yes.
It's so big. And the thing about it is, if they don't respect my presence, they definitely gonna respect my absence.
Absence. Yes. Yes.
Bottom line.
Hmm.
Because the thing what we're not gonna do and you're not gonna do it, I'm saying it, force anything in this season.
Right.
You don't have to.
Yes.
All you have to do is tell your daddy what you want and what you don't want.
Hmm. And
He'll
he
make
will
that.
deliver. He will deliver. Yes.
Yes, he will. Yes, he will. But it's gonna be on his timing.
His
So if
time.
you have to go through the uncomfortable,
Hmm.
if you have to get uncomfortable, just know he doing his best work. That's it.
Yes.
That's it. But we can't sit and hold on to things that God's saying let go.
Right.
It's not just people, it's things too. It's
It's physical things. Yeah.
you know.
Like you say, it can be location. It can be a house. People fall in love with their homes and they don't want to let it go. And God may have bigger and better in store for you.
I'm trying to tell you.
Let it go.
Listen, because he's a big God.
Yes.
Just as well as he did that.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with that home or that car he gave you, he could take you
Yes.
higher.
Yes.
He could bless you with better. Especially if you've been a good and faithful servant. If
Mm-hmm.
none of us is perfect,
No.
but we could be good. And we just have to learn how to get in line. We're not going to do everything right. Stop beating
Without her.
yourself up if you take a fall, because the Jets man fell 7 times, but he got back up.
Yes.
But the thing is, when you fall, don't stay down, or have a tribe that can pick you up and help you back to get to where you need to be. Because anyone knows that we talked about it earlier, mental health, mental illness is real.
Yes, real and serious.
It is real, and we didn't used to talk about it. Now it's being talked about a whole lot. However, had it been talked about
Long time ago.
you would have some help. You wouldn't have so many PTSDs and so many bipolars. You get diagnosed with that so much.
So much suicide. Look how many young people have, killed themselves in the last year. Yes, it's very, very serious. And I'm glad that we're talking about it more.
But not just that. Look at the young lady that just went into the schoolhouse and killed those people.
They were, it was actually, I don't like to use the term trans, but they went to the switch. Yeah. And they went to that school, and maybe they were going through some things and needed to, speak about it, and they didn't have that support. And sadly, people lost their lives behind that.
That's why I tell you, man, talk to somebody. Sometimes I ride in my car to and I just begin to talk to God like I'm sitting here talking to you.
Me too. I go to the beach and I talk. I ride down the beach in my car, windows down, and I talk. You need it. If you need to take a drive or go sit down. I go to the beach at night when it's dark or in the morning time to watch the sunrise and talk.
Yeah, but just don't answer yourself now. But the thing is, you need to release. You have to.
You have to release.
You have to find a release. Even if you had a stressful day at work or at home, whatever it may be, that's why I say take some me time, even 10, 15 minutes. I have a great app that I that I listen to, and when I can't utter a prayer, because I get bogged down too, like I get heavy too. Yes. When I can't utter a prayer, this app prays. And then I listen to the meditating music. But the only thing I can't do, well, I ain't gonna say I can't, because can't should be in my vocabulary. The only thing I need to learn how to do is meditate.
Yes, I just started. Well, first timer last week on the beach, meditation and yoga, and it was wonderful. And to see how many other people came, it was about 200 of us on the beach with our towels, meditating and doing yoga. And I was so excited because it was me and two other newbies, first timers next to me, one from California, one from Kentucky. And the way that they were stretching in yoga, they were in their 50s. And I was like, oh, I have to keep doing this because I want to stretch like her. I want to be flexible and be able to stretch like her. But it was amazing. They teach you how to breathe and with the wind and the ocean sound, it was just a wonderful experience. There's another one next Friday. I'm going to attend it as well. It was a wonderful experience. I definitely will recommend doing meditation and yoga.
You see how I'm looking at you? Y'all, I was just down there a whole week, and she taking me to the beach now. And listen, we don't have... She could have said, "Mom, come on, let's go to the beach." I would have been all for it. Listen.
Yes.
Oh, my God, because I find the beach just to listen.
Yes.
Water.
Listen to the waves crash.
Oh my gosh. Yes, it's amazing.
Yes.
It's so amazing. But the yoga thing, Alan Ben told me about that. He was like, that is so, so good. But the thing is, when you begin to learn how to breathe, even one that's suffering from anxiety, they love to put you on the medicine. And I get that. And I'm not knocking the medicine. But the thing is, it's a way that you can breathe through them. And as you breathe in, you tap on yourself. It actually brings your mind back in, slows your mind down. Because the weight of this world, everything that we're dealing with, you having small kids, send them off to school.
Yes.
3 9-year-olds didn't make it back home.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
Not
scary.
only that, going to the grocery store. Look at all those people lost their lives in the grocery store.
The
Like
church.
it's
Yes.
so much that we're dealing with. We just have to stay prayed up, stay before
Hmm.
God, and keep each other covered because we're dealing in some perilous times right now.
Yes.
And we just have to know God. There's no way, no shame. You're gonna have to know Him in order to survive. I'm
You
telling
do. You
you.
do.
Like, hey,
Reading the Bible is definitely showing me that. And if we pay attention, we're living in the book of Revelations right now. If you keep yourself grounded and well, you will know.
that's
There's no fear. As long as you're self teaching yourself, there should be no fear at
it
all.
shouldn't be. But let me tell you, when you read that stuff, I
Yeah.
to stay away from Revelations. And I'm
Yeah.
just gonna be honest with you.
I was scared the first time, but now me seeing it come into play, I'm like, yeah, God is not playing. We have to
He
get
is
right.
not. He is not.
Mm-mm.
He's not. And that's what I'm saying. You don't, I mean, we're not trying to force anything on anybody,
No.
but you gotta have God in order to survive, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Look at these banks that have our monies in them.
And losing the money. Yes, you go to the bank and they don't know where your money at.
Come on. That's what my nail tech talked about too.
Mm-hmm. So imagine working, slaving, and you say you want to do. You worked all this time to save up to buy a house, and you're supposed to
Please.
close. You're supposed to close on the house in 2 days, and the bank don't know where your
They
money is.
don't know your money. He said over, he's from Vietnam. He said over in Vietnam, he said that they had where the banks lost everybody money.
Mm.
Could you imagine that?
Imagine what that's doing to their mental.
Hello,
Yeah.
somebody. They have families to feed. They have
Mhm.
businesses to run.
Yes.
Now, I done saved up. I done entrusted my money inside your bank, and here it is. I have nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
And then you have some that don't trust banks, and they don't put their money in the bank, but then they're denied and rejected because they don't have the credit score. So it's
So
you.
that's what I want to bring you back for
Yeah,
to educate them on, as far as when you're getting ready to purchase a home,
of course.
what in your credit is,
Yes.
how to build credit. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yes.
again, if you're paying, and that's what he said they have to do over there, pay for everything cash. But how could you ever build any type of credit to get exactly what you want?
Right.
But here it is, you're kind of fearful because I lost all my money before,
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
know. So it's kind of like a catch 22. But yes, I would definitely love to bring you back. Definitely on that topic, guys. She was here. She said 2 years ago. I have to go back to the
No.
date. Oh my God.
Mhm.
And delayed but denied. But
Yes.
tonight her topic is the importance of moving in
And
silence.
yes.
So guys, we forever grateful for each and every one of you for tuning in here with us that it had time. We cannot do this without each and every one of you. So shouts out to you all. Let me tell you guys, go in power. Get to know God. It's not something that I mean, if you want to be sold out, be sold out. But at
Mhm.
least get your foot in the door. Get to know him. You're gonna have to have him in the season and the seasons to come.
Yes.
You're just gonna have to have them in order to make it. Get around some people who can pour into you, who can pray for you and not pray, prey, on you. You
Mhm.
know, and I'm very careful with who I allow to speak over me or even, touch me because spirits are real. And that's another thing people do not understand. So just be careful in this season, but definitely get to know God.
Yeah.
Please, people, please, please, please. It's very imperative. So, if there's anything that you want to leave with the audience on today, what will it be? Because I'm telling you, you have a testimony out of this world. You
Yeah.
haven't even you haven't even dove into it. You would have dabbled around it, but you have a testimony. But I already know, Tereia, that it's on his timing.
Yes.
It's on his
It
timing.
is.
So it's coming. It's coming.
Yes. That will be my message. It's his time, and like we spoke on, don't get so caught up in what's going on around you. A lot of people like to take shortcut ways and the wrong way. Everybody has their season, and if your season is not in this time, it's coming. You just have to be patient. Continue to move in silence. Continue to do what you need to do to better yourself. Continue to surround yourself around like-minded people keep yourself busy with meditation, yoga, beach visits, or, join prayer groups, or, get your family together and just pray together and do vision boards, whatever you need to do. You write the plan down. I'm a big writer. I write everything I want down because I love to see myself check it off, but also make sure once you write it down, I take my lists with me and I pray over it to God. Sometimes I make a copy and I throw it in the ocean, and then I let God have his way. So continue to move in silence, continue to have faith, think positive, and keep yourself in positive surroundings. That'll be my message for you guys.
And that is an awesome message, baby. That is an awesome message. And that's something you dropped some jewels on tonight just by that, what you just said. But guys, on tomorrow, let me tell you, I love when these young women come on here and they light is shining. That, you don't know what that do for me. And especially to the ones that I know that know me from back in the days or even attached to me. I have another young lady who I look at like a daughter as well. I met her in Jacksonville with the 88 Blessings with my nonprofit organization. And this is a young woman who lost her son at the age of, I believe she was 19 at the time, and he was murdered by his father. And when God sent her to me, I was like, oh, how do I handle this? But guess what? She's a 4-timer. This will be her 4th time coming on. And guys, if you can, meet me back here on tomorrow. Miss Nakisa, I hope I'm saying her name right. This is her married name, Sineth. She will be here with us on tomorrow, and she's going to tell you how did the it work for her good. Man, daughter, she has an amazing testimony. And I cannot wait for her to share it with people. If you can tune in.
I'll definitely tune in. Yes, that's strength.
If someone is not encouraged about everything that she went through, the child's own father, as a mother, we nurturers. It's something too about a mother and a son.
Yes, that love.
But it's something about a mother and a son.
Yes.
But to know that not only, and she's a big advocate, and I love what she do. She's a big advocate. I never even heard of filicide. And that's when a parent murders the child. And she even brought something to my attention where Marvin Gaye's father did the same thing.
Wow.
So it's always a learning process. It's different things that may come through. It had to happen. It's always inspiring, encouraging, and empowering to see how you young ladies are, excelling, doing what you're doing, overcoming some things, because this is what it's about.
Yes.
You may have went through the it, but the it didn't break you.
No.
The it had to happen for you to share with someone else, because you don't know how you may have blessed someone on here tonight just by sharing what you shared, Tereia. 3 times, not 1, not 2. 3rd time was a charm for you.
Yes.
God knew what he was doing. 1 for the Father, 1 for the Son, 1 for the Holy Spirit. Something the Trinity is something about that. So, I'm always proud of you. I love what you're doing with you and your children. I'm a single mom myself, from one single mother to another. I really love how you're raising your children, what you do with them, and everything that you display. I want you to just keep focused in this season.
Yes.
Keep the main thing, like Alan said, keep the main thing, because there are going to be things that's going to come as a distraction. And I want you to be able to identify it and be able to rebuke that thing, go up out of there. Because it's okay to get rid of some things. And people, it's okay. They may could come back later on, but at this time, if God's saying let go, you have to let go.
Let it go.
Bottom line. But I also have, you say you journal and you also have your Bible. I have an awesome Bible, have a journal in it, and I also can color in the Bible. I'm actually going to send you a picture. I do this every night.
Yes.
And I love it. It really relaxes me. And I make sure that I give it my full. I'm telling you, this Bible is called the Inspire. I think it is. I got off of Amazon, but you can journal in it, you can color in it, and I'm talking about it's good.
Yes, send it to me.
I'm definitely going to give that to you because you have it all in one. So if anybody else would like the information for that Bible as well, please do send me an email at ithadtohappen@gmail.com, and I'll definitely send you over the link to be able to purchase it. Amazing. I'm telling you, you will not go wrong. You're going to thank me for it. Watch. So, guys, I pray, guys, that you go in power. Have the most amazing remainder of your day. Daughter, you know, we're going to chop it up. I'll be seeing you soon. God's willing. I love you so much. Let's go
I
ahead
love you.
and do some virtual hugs and some virtual love. Because, guys, we love you here at It Had to Happen. And we cannot do this without you, and you. And if this broadcast has blessed you, please do share it. Or if you would like to book with your girl, you can do so by going to my website at www.ericawilsonih2h.com. Again, www.ericawilsonih2h.com. Hold on, I didn't do something. Hold on. If one want to get in contact with you, because you know I'm gonna promote. I'm gonna go promote. So if one want to get in contact with you, they may want to buy a home. You know, I love the post you put up today. So make sure that people are respectful of your time, because it's something that you cannot get back.
Yes.
Okay. So serious inquiries. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How can one reach out to you, Miss Tereia?
So you can find me on Facebook. My name is Tereia Royal, same as the hashtag below there. You can send me a message. I'll just send me a message and I'll forward my contact information as well as my business card to you through Messenger or text message, whatever works for you. I service all of Florida. So if you're looking to purchase a house anywhere in Florida, I'll be more than glad to assist.
Amen. And make sure y'all let her know that you heard it here on IH2H. Okay.
Yes.
I can't say it how they be saying okay. But you know, superstar, thank you so much. She said she shared it.
Thank you.
Amazing. She's amazing, amazing, amazing. She's in Jacksonville. She's in Jacksonville. So you never know. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in again. And if you want to book, you could definitely go over to my website. If you need to get in contact with Tereia, do you just offer selling of the homes? Do you offer like any financial literacy, any of that?
Yeah, I assist with selling or purchasing home, and we partner with others for financial literacy or credit repair or anything we need to do. So if I can't do it, I'll be able to provide the guidance.
Amen. Let me tell you, a total package.
Yes.
Total package. So God bless each and every one of you.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you for coming on, daughter. I know you're going to be a 4-timer, 5-timer. Just know the door is always open for you to come back. This is my business. This is God's business. And we want to make sure that we're telling, sharing our stories.
Yes.
Those mouths don't get fed. The Bible says we have not because we ask not. Open your mouth and ask God for it. Stop asking other people. Ask God for it. That you know that you can get it from. But it's going to be in his timing now, so don't get discouraged. So, daughter, we'll talk. I'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
Love you. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.
Erica's Empowering Empire. 88 Blessings Soar Movement. It had to happen in a beauty so rare. We'd love for you to join us by subscribing to our YouTube channel. It Had to Happen with Erica Wilson. Following our social media.